Welcome back to the final chapter of Fatal Frame 5. This will be split into two parts. This just talks about that glow that we saw in the last chapter, which apparently is called the Dark Sun, and that was keeping the girls asleep. Now they're all awake again because it went away.
Stay away. There's nothing here for you. I'm not sick anymore. 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 I can see things that no one else can. Ever since my family died, images of death that only I could see. I could feel them surrounding me. And since then, death has been by my side. That's how I knew where I needed to go. I've been standing at this precipice. Thinking about whether I should take that final step.
It opens.
Well, Yuri, I vote no. You don't want to step off of that. You're too pretty to die. To be fair, she does seem like a nice person. Here I was looking in case there was a file there. For some reason, that looked like one I could pick up. So did that. Neither were, unfortunately. I could have just walked out, but there's a file over here somewhere that I'm eventually going to pick up. There we go. This just talks about a dream Yuri has about a shrine maiden and becoming a shrine maiden, and the shrine maiden killing somebody, and she didn't cry, and then she goes on about how she doesn't cry anymore. She's basically numb from depression, which sucks. But now we can leave. I was just double checking to make sure I didn't miss anything. You know how this game loves its files. Here I saw the door and I thought, okay, I need to open the door. I didn't notice that it was open even though I just walked by the entrance a few minutes ago. Plus it showed in the cutscene that the door was open. Oh well. This place looks like it's in a certain state of disrepair. Hopefully that's just whatever curse we're dealing with. And I love how that little bit at the start of the video called these characters our three protagonists. Kind of takes you out of the world.
The shadow spring is here. But it is on the other side.
I guess we are headed to the Shadow Spring. Cool. And this is one of 2 final treks through this annoying woods. It's quite dull. I'm going to show most of my trek through here with Yuri. We will be coming through here as Harry Potter. I am not going to show very much of that at all. I wanted to show this entire trek through as Yuri, basically because I'm a simp for her and I like looking at her. But that's not going to happen because I'm pretty sure the where do I go button was misleading me. It does do that at times. I swear I looped back around to the same area a couple of times. So I see no need to show that. We are headed for that building with that white-haired girl ghost. The one with all the dolls. The frustrating thing is we head to the same place with both characters. Well, missed that one. I wanted to leave, but I don't think the game let me out of this camera view. I guess it really wanted me to hear what these ghosts are saying, but I don't care. Awesome. And we have more ghosts. And fortunately, there's no invisible wall, so I can just run right past them. That would be kind of a dick move on the game's part to put an invisible wall just to force a ghost fight. You stay over there. I don't have time for you. Yeah, you laugh it up. I don't really care. At least she enjoys her work. So that's something. Still not interested. At this point, I was done. I just wanted to get through this as quickly as I could. This attitude does get me into some trouble at times where I just can't run from certain ghosts. Either because the game won't let me or I end up in an awkward position. One of those you'll see. Not too long from now, actually. I cut at least 3 minutes of this. I never got good at navigating this area. I've obviously improved, but still, I'm never going to be good at navigating that area. Is what it is. I'm not worried about it because after this video, I will never have to walk these woods again. Haha! No, I'm not going to play this on my PS4 for the achievements. Ain't gonna happen. Or I guess it's trophies on the PS4. I completed it on Steam. That's good enough. And I got my first message on Steam. A friend of mine on Discord had sent me a message when he realized what game I was playing. What's kind of a running joke with us. Well, he started it, but I just kind of went with it. Calling it Up the Mountain, Down the Mountain. Because that's basically what this game is. I heard the notification sound go off and I was like, what the hell is that? I'm not surprised you can send messages over Steam. It was just unexpected for me. Thankfully, I don't think that notification made it onto any of these videos. I have heard of that happening to people before, and that sounds annoying. I will have to figure out how to turn that off before I record a game off of Steam. Thankfully, the next project I work on probably won't be a Steam game. I think it's this area here where I ended up at a few times. There's a little thing over there that looks like a teepee to me, or a tent.
Just a little more.
And I would like to have ran away, but not really sure where to go, and this ghost is in the way. Trust me, you don't want this fight. It's not going to end well for you. I promise. I'm not saying it's going to be fun for me either. I'm just saying it's not going to end well for you. I don't know if there are two of these here. I think there must be. And I don't know if these are the same ghosts following me from all the way back earlier in the level, or just another random ghost spawn. I hate you. I really don't know why these ghosts are here. I guess in case you need points. But I don't. Get out of here. Still don't feel sorry for her. Yeah, it sucks what happened when she was alive, but as a ghost, she made the choice to keep coming after our protagonists. That was a her decision. It don't matter what you went through in your past, you have to make the choice to move on from it. That's not always easy to do, of course. I certainly won't pretend that it is. I know I've gone through some crap where logically I know I should be over it, and emotionally I haven't quite gotten there. Improving, but not quite there. But you still gotta move on. That became a lot more serious than I intended it to be, considering I was just trying to smack talk a ghost. And say I don't feel sorry for it. I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do. Although I do genuinely believe that about dealing with your past. Here I'm frustrated because I'm wondering if I got looped back around to some place I'd already been. While playing this, I wasn't even sure where the destination was I was trying to get to. At some point, I get accosted by at least a couple more ghosts along the way that you won't see.
It's calling for you.
Fantastic. Well, Yuri is going to make sure to take care of everything. Well, okay, not everything.
Such
Miyu and Harry Potter have their own things to take care of, but she's going to take care of a lot. Probably the big thing she's going to be the one to take care of. She's a helper. I would even call her Reaver's little helper. No? Oh, come on. You gotta at least give me that one. Ah, great. So, my plan here could have worked. I knew exactly where I needed to go once I saw this building. Open the door. Should be fine. The trouble is walking into this building, it's so dark I can't see where I'm going, and I get stuck. Why I didn't use the where do I go button, I don't know. But then that happened, so end up having to fight this thing anyways. I'm just trying to reach the end of the game at this point. Buddy, you can leave. It's okay. I guess I have to make you leave. I told you, Yuri, she takes care of problems. Problem solver extraordinaire. She's got beauty. I'm going to assume she's got brains. At the very least, she's got skills. The only thing she needs is to be a badass, and then she would be a Mary Sue. I'm pretty well okay with her not being a badass. That's all right. I already went over her good qualities. She's got plenty of them already. Using those purifying embers doesn't really help all that much. It's kind of a waste of time, but I figured I would give her a little bit of dignity by having her be dried off as much as possible. Normally my goal is to make girls wet, but sometimes you gotta change it up just to keep things interesting. Not that it matters, we are headed back outside anyways. And I'm definitely more awake now than I was last video. So that's something. And yeah, today we are finishing this LP. It's happening. Ah, great. Children. You know what children mean? That means responsibility and taking care of annoying little brats. And I don't want to do it. Oh, child ghosts. They've been a thing since the first game. Come here and take your medicine. You're only making it worse for yourself. I'm sure I could have taken these things out sooner. Get out of here. And I'm going to take damage here because I'm trying to get a fatal glance because I know I didn't get the cutscenes with any of these kid ghosts. But it's not going to happen. I tried. Awesome. That's another obstacle out of the way. And the last time we will see those ghosts. I actually don't mind them compared to those things that make the clicking sounds or those things that fly around or the ballerinas. They're all right. This is that area where you can pick up that Type 0 film. I'm not sure if it's here now. Probably is. This game is pretty good about keeping items in the same spot. And now everything is open up. You can go get items in pretty much every area in the game at this point if you want. Oh, here's some bullshit. I just want to run. I took a hit. Who cares? I just want to run. Invisible wall. Yeah. They couldn't even come up with a reason why you have to fight these things. They just made an invisible wall there. And this fight does nothing. It's not serving any purpose. There's no reason to have to sit here and fight these things. But the developers decided to make you fight these things. I literally just want to get to the end of the game. And that's the worst way to do a forced fight, to just put an invisible wall there. Because that's where we need to go. Once this fight is over, I will be able to run up those stairs. I'm trying desperately, hoping the invisible wall is gone. It's not. I'm pretty sure I was raging at this point just because I really didn't want to do this. I know fighting ghosts is part of the Fatal Frame experience, but this LP is going to be 16 parts. It's, for me, a pretty long game. Hence why I don't do RPGs. And why I'm dreading Mass Effect 2. Not that I think it'll be a bad game, just that it's long. I think I was going for a Fatal Glance there. No luck. Just go away. Please. I got a curse to lift. I don't feel like that's asking too much. This isn't going to end well for you either. That was your fault. And as you can see, now I can move past that invisible barrier that was there for some reason. I could see maybe if the game put up a force field so that it wasn't just an invisible wall. Maybe that could have worked. It would have been better than an invisible wall.
A device which paints pictures that look perfectly real. I hear that the pictures it paints are so lifelike, you can even see what is in a person's heart.
Over here. The ceremony is tomorrow. I wish we could stay here, hidden away forever. my soul. Always keep it with you. Never forget. You're going, aren't you? That thing you're looking for. It's in your study. At the back.
Why he doesn't respond to her, I have no idea. But I'll take a picture of her anyways. I was trying to see if we could talk to her, but no.
Ren, you're leaving.
Yes, I am. Do you have anything else to say before I leave? I gotta finish my campaign, damn it. Which thankfully doesn't involve saving her, since I already did that. Oddly enough, I think she's probably one of the better developed characters in the game. You can kind of get a pretty decent idea of who she is. Sure, we're not going to know everything about her, but we get enough. And it's not convoluted or anything like that. At least compared to the other characters. But I still don't know why Ren is in this game. I'm guessing they needed a guy to tie in parts of these ghost marriage stories they wanted to tell. Since I guess most of these girls that died aren't lesbians, so they need a man. But I really wish this stuff had been cut from the game because it's not interesting to me. But let's get out of here. And yes, we are back in this woods again, taking the same path Yuri did, except we have these annoying little things we have to find, which I'm not fond of. Thankfully, there's only 2. So it's not that bad. There it is. I'm in roughly the same spot. But like I said, I'm going to be cutting pretty much all of this trek until we get to that building with the dolls. And if the game would let me move on, that would be fantastic. I would love that. And here's where the other one of these are. I'm not worried about showing this on the map because this is not a walkthrough. But I do try to show any points of interest I can. There weren't many on this track. I don't even think I found too many ghosts to fight, which is good. I wanted to just run through this as quickly as possible. I know there were 1 or 2. I think that's that Asso guy that we've heard about. And the reason I thought of calling him Dr. Asshole is because of one of my favorite Nadja moments in What We Do in the Shadows. I forget what Laszlo was talking about, and she just says something and calls him Dr. Asshole, and it's delivered so well and they move on so quickly. It's a joke they make that they don't hang on, which is great, so if you're not paying attention, you might miss it. That show is so good. I definitely recommend.
For 7 years I clung to the gods. For 7 years I lived with the unknown. When I turned 7 years
So she's supposed to have died when she was 6 years old? I'm assuming this journal gives us more information about her. I'm not really that invested. And if the guy doing this LP isn't that invested, I can only imagine how the audience feels. To be fair, if I could see well enough to read all these documents, I would do it. I'm sure subtitles would have helped in this situation only. They put a weird effect on her voice, which makes it hard to understand her. Fantastic. We got 2 more of those to go.
They say becoming a pillar means you live forever. Does that mean I will live forever?
She is one of 2 final destinations for Ren in this game. We will have to pick between her and something else. I will be picking her though, since she's a character that we've seen a lot in this LP. I was never really specific on Ren's ending, which one I wanted to go for, except I wanted to deal with this chick for that ending. I think there are a couple of options even with her. But we got an ending. And that's all that matters. Kind of creepy that they're linking him to what is supposed to be the ghost of a 6-year-old girl though. Nope. We out. That feels really satisfying, the moments when a ghost shows up and I can just run away. It's trying to be intimidating and I just don't care. It just sucks when I get stopped by an invisible wall. Fortunately, the path will diverge here. So we are not going the same direction Yuri did from here on. I'm not sure if this is all happening at the same time or different times. And that is one thing I like about this series. A lot of times they do have those random ghosts show up to direct the player on where to go. That's pretty cool. I can compliment this game too. But this does mean another trek through this slow walking segment. It's not that bad, thankfully. I don't get too lost. I think I have improved in navigating these levels as the game has gone on. Almost like I should have pre-played this game before LPing it, but this thing took long enough for me to finish. And I really don't have the time to pre-play anything. Ah, great. Another ghost. Oh, it's one of those things too. Thank you. I'm gonna assume that's that asshole guy, who I think is mentioned, or a relative of his is mentioned in Fatal Frame 3. I'm pretty sure. This series has a lot of strange connections. Like the dude K from the 3rd game was friends with Mafuyu, Miku's brother, and was related to Miyu and Mayu. Although I think her name is actually Mio. I thought it was Miyu. So after all this time, I learned something new. And their names are spelled differently anyways. That's it for the first half of this chapter. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time when I complete the game.